Just exploring our options. Sit tight. Well, she certainly lives up to her reputation. Here we go. Oh! You trying to kill me? Sorry about that. How about we avoid crates from now on? Okay, good deal.
Consider the size of the country out of 55 million people. We don't even know if they were all white farmers. These were deaths on farms where most people work. So the president has really just jumped right into the middle of a white supremacist meme and has tried to use that as some sort of stepstone to inform the American public of something that none of us can understand. Certainly the people at the CIA's Africa desk and State Department must be pulling their hair out right now.
Malcolm, good to talk to you as always. Malcolm Nance, MSNBC terrorism and intelligence analyst. All right, we're 75 days to the midterm elections. Up next, how President Trump admitted criminal activity will help or hurt the midterm elections, and Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh.
What's next? Wherever forces clash.
Some incoming rounds have been whistling past.
Wherever leaders assert their power.
They not only stood next to each other, they stood up for each other.
Our journalists will be there, bringing the world into focus.
President Donald Trump gives himself an A+. A+. It's not the first time he's done it, by the way.
What grade do you give yourself so far?
So I give myself an A+. I don't think any president has ever done what I've done. I give myself an A+.
In Texas and in Florida, we get an A+. And I'll tell you what, I think we've done just as good in Puerto Rico.
I would give myself an A+. Nobody has done what I've been able to do, and I did it despite the fact that I have a phony cloud over my head that doesn't exist.
Joining me now is Republican strategist Rick Wilson. Rick, you give him an A+?
You know, I think the best I'm going to give him, Ollie, is a participation trophy. Look, Donald Trump is a great self-promoter, but there's a level of delusion that comes from this guy. Sometimes it just defies comedy even.
Let's talk about the problem with that, though, because if we're not in the least able to be self-critical, this is a problem. The world is sort of closing in on Donald Trump on a million different fronts right now, which we've been covering for the last few weeks. At some point, there might be some redemption in being able to say, all right, I get it. I don't surround myself with the best people. Yeah, I did say that. Yeah, that was really bad. I shouldn't have done that. But the inability of him to do any of that stuff and then move straight into threats and criticism really does sort of harden the opposition to the president in that this guy can't be trusted with important things because he sort of lies about everything and doesn't actually understand where he's getting things wrong.
Sure. Look, introspection is not Donald Trump's strong point. And unfortunately, when you're the president of the United States, you need to be able to look at the broader picture beyond your own personal interests, your own self-interest, your own ego, your own needs, and make judgments about your leadership. And if you think that you've only gotten gold stars and only gotten A+, you're not going to ever change anything. And I think there are a majority of Americans are certainly concerned about Donald Trump's leadership on a whole variety of fronts. Yes, the folks that support him, they think he can do no wrong. But the rest of America is worried that this is a guy who's not terribly stable. I mean, look, waking up in the middle of the night to tweet in all caps is not a sign of confident leadership. It's a sign of a terrified old man who feels the walls closing in. This is a guy who, like I said, there's no introspection here, and I wouldn't expect any to come because I think he's basically a bluffer, and he's going to continue to try to double down on this I'm perfect and the rest of you are lying theory, regardless of the facts of the cases.
Your book is called Everything Trump Touches Dies. And the everything that is, really we're hoping that's not America. But the Republican Party, a party of which you have been a member, we are seeing some Republicans, very, very few. Congressman Tom Cole told the New York Times that where there's smoke, there's a lot of smoke. There may well be a fire. But generally speaking, we're not seeing Republicans break from Donald Trump in the way that at around this time into the Nixon administration, when Watergate was big, we were starting to see Republicans move away because Nixon was becoming an albatross. There's something about the politics here that's different.
Sure. Look, the future of the Republican Party is a big gamble right now. It has become this party of Trump, and it's got a self-reinforcing media silo. It's got the Fox News side and the Breitbart and the online cheer sections for Trump that now sort of terrify rank-and-file Republicans from saying anything about this guy. They're afraid of his social media power. And so you end up in a situation where the party has become subsumed by Trump's fortunes, whether they rise or fall. And they, like I said, it's a big bet that they've made. I think it's a terrible bet because I think my theory plays out constantly and consistently. I mean, Paul Manafort and Michael Cohen on paper should now be masters of the universe, but instead they're both convicted or they're both admitted felons.
Yeah.
So,
Rick, can you ever get your party back?
You know what? It's going to take a really hard shock. It's going to take some really serious work, and it's going to take some introspection on the part of leaders who so quickly collapsed in front of Trump because they thought that this nationalist populism and statism that he advocates is going to be the wave of the future. It's going to be a tough ride.
Rick Wilson is a Republican strategist and the author of Everything Trump Touches Dies. All right, stay right here. Congressman Elijah Cummings joins Andrea Mitchell next for more on President Trump's comments about impeachment. You're watching Belshey and Rule live on MSNBC.
If you have psoriasis, little things can be a big deal.
That's why there's Otezla. Otezla is not a cream. It's a pill that treats moderate to severe plaque psoriasis differently. With Otezla, 75% clear skin is achievable. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting.
While an investigation is ongoing. And I think Mueller would take a look at that and probably would raise some questions as to whether or not there was some obstruction of justice here.
Well, thank you very much, Elijah Cummings. Thanks for being with us today.
All right.
And coming up, school supplies. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos's plan to allow schools to arm teachers with federal money. The Inside Scoop is next. Stay with us on Aunt David Reports on MSNBC.
Is this still a normal day at the office? What does that mean exactly? You think that's what he's trying to do? Why are we learning this now? Isn't that weird? Why is this happening? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Buckle up, stay with us.
Love. It's being there when you need it most.
That's the one.
Love is knowing it was meant to be. And love always keeps you safe. Love is why we built a car you can trust for a long time. The all-new Subaru Impreza sedan and 5-door. A car you can love, no matter what road you're on. The Subaru Impreza. More than a car, it's a Subaru. Right now, get 0% APR financing on the 2018 Subaru Impreza.
If you've been turned down for a mortgage because of credit or tax return issues, Cash Call Mortgage now has credit and income-solving mortgages for people like you. Just call 855-890-CASH and we'll work with you to find a solution to your mortgage issues.
Welcome to the place where people go to learn about their Medicare options before they're on Medicare.
Come on in. You're turning 65 soon? Yeah. And you're retiring at 67?
That's the plan. It's also a great time to learn about an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Here's why. Medicare Part B doesn't pay for everything.
This part is up to you.
A Medicare Supplement Plan helps pay for some of what Medicare doesn't. Call United Healthcare Insurance Company today to request this free decision guide and learn about the only Medicare supplement plans endorsed by AARP, selected for meeting their high standards of quality and service. This type of plan lets you say yes to any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients.
Do you accept Medicare patients?
I sure do. So call United Healthcare today and ask for your free decision guide.
Oh, and happy birthday or retirement in advance. Why use the Home Advisor app to find home improvement pros?
I found a great local painter when I was in line at the grocery store.
I read reviews of a few electricians while walking my dog. I booked a plumber with just a click. And it's free to use. Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app. You've tried moisturizer after moisturizer, but there's one that blows them all out of the water. Hydro Boost Water Gel from Neutrogena. With hyaluronic acid, it goes beneath the surface to plump skin cells from within and lock in hydration, leaving skin so supple it actually bounces back. The results will blow you away. Hydro Boost and our gentle exfoliating cleanser from Neutrogena.
This Wi-Fi is fast.
I know.
I know.
I know.
I know.
When did Brian move back in?
Brian's back? He doesn't get my room.
He's only going to be here for
Like a month. Tops.
Oh boy.
Wi-Fi fast enough for the whole family is simple, easy, awesome.
In many cultures, young men would stay with their families until their 40s.
All these bills, I don't need a job, I need a career.
Yeah.
Your new career.
Come on.
Starts right here. Change your life now. We'll show you how.
Ready to start a new career? Start by visiting Apcot Institute in Southfield. Enroll in the accredited CNA and PCT program today.
3 new programs: medical assistant, surgical technician, and medical billing and coding with administrative assistant. Financial aid is available to those who qualify. Visit our website, apcot.edu.
As I've said, I wanted to stay uninvolved. But when everybody sees what's going on in the Justice Department, I always put justice now with quotes, it's a very, very sad day. Jeff Sessions recused himself, which he shouldn't have done, or he should have told me. Even my enemies say that Jeff Sessions should have told you that he was going to recuse himself, and then you wouldn't have put him in. He took the job, and then he said, I'm going to recuse myself. I said, what kind of a man is this? And by the way, he was on the campaign. You know, the only reason I gave him the job because I felt loyalty.
President Trump again lashing out at his own Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, but not indicating whether he plans to fire Sessions or his deputy, Rod Rosenstein. Let's get the inside scoop from Jonathan Capehart, Washington Post opinion writer and MSNBC contributor, and Jeremy Peters, New York Times politics reporter and an MSNBC contributor as well. Jeremy, you've been talking to a lot of Republicans, and we're going to play some Lindsey Graham sound from a quick interview on Hill just now, warning against firing Jeff Sessions before the midterm, but not necessarily afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. It would be political suicide for Republicans, for Trump to fire Sessions before the midterms. I mean, that's unthinkable. And I even think that President Trump is not quite that impulsive that he would do that. But, I mean, the fact that they're not ruling out this possibility after the midterms just shows you how in his thrall the Republican Party is. I mean, they are basically captive to Donald Trump and his whims and risk alienating their core voters if they dare speak out or criticize him too harshly.
And this is what Senator Graham had to say. As I said, I think he was caught in the hallways talking about this on Capitol Hill.
Replacing Attorney General Sessions now would create havoc for the body. Jeff Sessions has done a fine job. He's an honorable man. Replacing him before the election to me would be a non-starter.
That's a pretty strong signal, and we know that Lindsey Graham was just with the president over the weekend on one of their golf outings. Jonathan?
It would seem to me that the political calculus involved in Senator Graham's remark is that if Jeff Sessions were to be fired or replaced by the president would have to nominate someone who would have to go through Senate confirmation again, or to go through Senate confirmation to become the Attorney General. And the political environment is such that that nominee would have a rough go of it, even if the Republicans have the majority in the Senate. Democrats will raise hell over not only having to probably vote on a nominee who's probably not nearly as qualified as Jeff Sessions, but also the background and the environment in which Jeff Sessions might be replaced. And that is, as you played in that clip of President Trump in that interview, the only reason why Sessions would be replaced is that the president fundamentally misunderstands what the Attorney General is supposed to do. He believes that Jeff Sessions is supposed to be his lawyer, as if it's his personal lawyer, and not someone who is supposed to safeguard the laws of the country.
Now, the president has also part of that Fox interview giving himself a very high grade in terms of how he himself is doing. I want to play that.
What grade do you give yourself so far?
So I give myself an A+. I don't think any president has ever done what I've done.
So, Jeremy, you're out there talking to a lot of Republicans. After all the events of this week, you're sensing that some of them are finally beginning to be very worried about this White House.
Yeah, I'd say that's a little bit of great inflation there, Andrea. A+ is certainly not what I think most Republicans would give him even. I mean, what they say publicly is one thing, and as I said, publicly they are fearful of breaking with him. Privately, it's another matter, and that's where there's real concern. I've spoken with some Republicans over the last couple of days who say that they are worried that the
There's some cheap office supplies if you want them.
You're always this talkative on the...
Yeah.
Above you.
One less problem.
It's just above us.
See, that wasn't so bad. It wasn't. This will just take a moment. There's one.
Let's find that disc. Yeah. Christ. It's like walking through an antique shop.
He's been a busy boy.
How much do you think it's worth?
Enough to keep his little insurrection going for quite some time. Oh, horrible. Lots of curious cats here.
Speaking of...
Good point.
It doesn't bother you. These are all Indian artifacts.
It's not my fight. Indian Christian.
Is that it?
No, just looking.
destroyer and transformer. No one will miss this.
Any luck?
Not yet. You?
No.
Ah, Lakshmi, goddess of wealth. Ivory trader too. Arsehole. I'll just borrow this.
Fraser,
Mm-hmm.
come here.
That looks promising.
It's locked.
Not for long.
What was that map?
Western Ghats, Hoysala territory.
Shit.
No, it's all right. Nothing we didn't already know.
It's beautiful. It's time to go.
Nadine Ross. What a pleasant surprise. Careful, brothers. This tiger's got claws.
The sauce.
Oh, all these years. And you haven't aged a day.
You're too kind.
Are you looking for work? I hear that Shoreline's under new management.
Temporary setback. Nothing I can't handle.
Of course, of course. Pidgey, though. My men and I could use someone of your caliber. Why are you here? I mean, this isn't your area of expertise.
It is a nice collection, I must say. Chloe Fraser, collector of antiquities.
A thief? You're working for a thief?
Sir, we have a situation.
What?
I'll be right there. The disc.
Oh, right, about that. At first, I mistook you for just an average rebel.
Oh.
But you have managed to find the Hoysala Empire That's not bad. Their greatest treasure, the Tusk of Ganesh. Now that's not an easy find.
What are you doing?
3 Persian invasions, 3 separate wars, and all these years later, no one has found it.
We're close.
You're lost. And the only chance you have of even narrowing down its location is to find someone who can help you crack this artifact.
Someone with an extensive knowledge of Hoysala society.
Exactly.
An expert in their culture and history.
My rates are reasonable.
A parasite who exploits our struggle in order to fatten her pockets.
So that's a no. Felt like a no.
You've got balls. I like that. But I don't need any more so-called... Shoot them. Throw their bodies in the river.
No need. We'll throw ourselves out.
After them! Through the window!
Get them! Oh, shit! Come on! We need to get across the river! Okay. This way! Bloody hell! In here! Quick! What the hell was that back there?
Messy but effective.
You were going to sell me out, weren't you?
It's called improvisation. God, who's being unprofessional now?
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It means you let Asav get the jump on us. I'm starting to wonder whether you're worth the 50%.
I knew it. You were going to give me up. This Olympic can't change his spots.
You know nothing about me.
Fair warning. Last person who betrayed me wound up dead. There's your river.
Yeah? And your guy better be there.
Shit! Yeah, well, time to go! Come on! Right behind you! So, this is dangerous! Jump! Oh no! Fuck you! Thanks! Come on! We should have the disc. Yeah. Keep moving. Watch out! Oh, for the love of God! Fast, George! Bloody! Let's go! Stop them in this track! Whoa! Whoa! Okay, I'm okay.
That's one to the river! Finish!
just below. Slide down the lights. Here we go.
Okay. I'm broke now.
How are we going out there?
On schedule. Should hit land in about an hour.
Great.
You're also getting the great features that any Medicare supplement plan provides. You may choose any doctor that accepts Medicare patients. You can even visit a specialist. With this type of plan, there are no networks or referrals needed. Also, a Medicare supplement plan goes with you when you travel anywhere in the U.S. Call today for...
Hans Nichols is standing by for us at the White House. Tom, tell us all that you know, walk us through this, and why this is potentially so important.
So, Craig, this story was first reported by the Wall Street Journal, and it's that in the course of the Michael Cohen investigation, which of course wrapped up on Tuesday with his guilty plea
No wonder the Hoysala capital was ransacked. Look at this thing. Any luck?
I don't need luck.
I'd say we can use all the luck we can get.
Are you still hung up on Asav's so-called expert? Don't worry.
If Asav's not in the Gets already, he'll be right on our heels. Plus, he's got weapons, transports, hundreds of men.
Like I said, don't worry.
Looks like some kind of key.
Maybe. Let's see. Okay. The trident was Ganesh's weapon. The bow and arrow was Parashurama's. And the axe was a gift from Shiva. The Great Battle.
What?
The battle in which Ganesh lost his tusk. I bet we find these symbols. We find the tusk.
Not bad, Fraser.
Yeah, well. You like my dad, so that Hindu myths were his thing.
It rubbed off. You must be proud.
Sun's almost up.
I'll go get ready. Nice work. Nearly there.
It's a long way to go to settle an argument.
Just for my peace of mind, all right?
Well, nice view. And look. How weird. I'm sorry I doubted you, Chloe.
This Hoysala?
Hoysala. It's not a modern structure, so we're definitely on the right track. What?
I don't like it.
You don't like anything.
No. We've gone nearly 100 kilometers with no sign of us off.
Glass half full, maybe we got the jump on them.
Unlikely.
I'll find the tusk. Asav's on you.
Understood. Meet you back at the car.
Yep. Ah, right where I left it. Amazing landscape. My tree bridge fell. Okay.
I see a branch sticking out down there. Maybe try your grapple.
Good call.
You still down there?
Yep. Still here.
Great. Just checking. Here, give me your hand.
I'm good, actually.
Okay. Want me to drive?
Nope.
I don't mind.
I do. It's a control thing.
Sure.
Let's just enjoy the serenity, shall we?
Got a dumb question.
So much for that.
How do you know the tusk is still there?
It would have turned up in a museum or something by now, right? Plus, I haven't seen any Hoysala exhibitions.
I've never even heard of the Hoysala before this job.
Yeah, well, that's the fault of their last king, really. Young, reckless, flaunted his empire's wealth, built a new capital to house the tusk. And then led the Persians right to their doorstep.
And now us.
And now us. Hey, look! Flamingo convention. See your way forward? Looking. Refreshing. Could have warned me. Oh, where's the fun in that? So, quite nice to be outdoors, isn't it? Away from the city. Quieter. You come back here often? No, not really. Oh, look at this. Hoysala ruins.
Can we get through that gate?
I'll check it out. The old capitals.
What have we got?
Halabadu and Balor.
I thought these were Ganesh and Shiva.
Someone's been paying attention. Ganesh was the guardian of Halabadu, the newer of the Hoysala capitals. Shiva was the guardian of the former capital, Balor.
Well, the stonework is beautiful. But this isn't much of a defensive wall.
Sculptor's quarters, by the look of it. We're still on the outskirts.
Didn't take you for an archaeologist.
That would be my dad, actually. I'm just a thief, remember? Hey, is the rental equipped with a winch?
Looks that way.
Great. I'll make short work of these gates.
What, you're just going to pull them down?
That's the plan, unless you brought dynamite.
This is your gig.
Take that as a no. Right, that should do the trick.
Fraser, move! It's an ambush!
Shit!
Take cover!
Thanks for the heads up.
Okay, we're clear.
Right. Where were we?
You were about to pull down an ancient gate.
Yeah, I was. And there we go. You're awfully quiet.
I'm just surprised is all. Figured you'd be more of a no-trace type when it comes to Indian runes.
Sentimentality in this line of work? Get you killed. They're just large flying rodents.
Actually, no, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
They're closer to primates and lemurs.
Okay, well, I'll look it up.
Go, 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 go!
Give me a second.
I can wait.
I'll be right back.
You got it.
There we go. Wait a second.
Stop! Assault.
Well spotted.
He's brought a whole battalion with him. Might even be more inside already.
Hey, I'm flattered that he's taking us so seriously.
We need to get through that gate.
All right, we'll slow down. Gotta take care of these jokers first.
You have a plan?
Yeah. Sure.
Here goes nothing.
Damn it!
Check it out! I have this area. I found them! Oh, you got lucky!
Nice shot!
We're clear.
Just like I planned.
Yeah. The mechanism is above the gate. I think I'll see a crank or something up above the gate.
I'll get the gate open. Bring the car round. This looks to be it. Okay, bring her up.
Careful.
Always.
Back to shotgun. I'm perfectly comfortable with driving.
I'm sure you are, honey. I just prefer to.
It's a lot of ground to cover.
True, but unlike your boy Asav, we've got an advantage.
The 3 symbols.
Let's have a look at the map. Okay, let's see. We are right about here. I can mark it up as we go. Check out that tower.
Bet you could get the lay of the land from up top.
Maybe.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for Asav.
Perfect. Not that I'm too worried about him, though.
You should be. We won't have the advantage of surprise again. Don't think he was expecting much from you.
Wait, was that a compliment? That sounded like a compliment.
His guys are idiots, but Asav is... We just need to stay the hell away from him.
Never understood the appeal of people like Asav.
Easy. He finds men who are weak and offers them power. Gives them purpose.
Purpose? It's more like bullshit to me. How'd you get tangled up with Asav anyway? Purpose?
Rather not go into it.
He certainly seemed to have a thing for you.
Don't remind me. Proved useful at the time, but... Yeah.
Do tell.
Rather not.
Maybe over drinks?
Not enough alcohol in the world. Where are you going?
Want to climb it with me?
I really want to, but someone should keep watch for Asav's forces.
Good call. Right, you're the military expert. What's Asav's strategy here?
He spread out his men, hoping to stop us in our tracks. Not what I would do.
So what would you do if you were Asav?
Besides lose the beard, hang back, let you do the heavy lifting, then swoop in and grab up the tusk once you've done all the hard work.
Devious?
Practical. Mitigates a lot of risks.
Lucky you're on my team.
Yeah, you are. I'm a little surprised Assault's not doing the same thing. Maybe his expert knows more than we think.
Right. All the more reason to wrap this up quickly, then. Sit tight.
Sure, go ahead.
Time to go. Coming. Copy that. Check it out. It's Ganesh's trident.
Ganesh, remover of obstacles.
institutions and the media by just continuing to repeat things that aren't necessarily true and sort of keeping on that and saying that. And I think in this case, he's trying to do that despite what we've seen in the court documents. And I think for people in the White House, you know, this is a huge deal, but they're also going back to this bunker mentality that they have, where they're like, this is just another crisis. Sure. We've seen all these crises before, and this too will pass.
Nancy Cook, thank you. Jonathan Lemire, thanks to you as well as always. Right now, in a federal courthouse in San Diego, Congressman Duncan Hunter and his wife Margaret are being arraigned on charges that they used more than $250,000 in campaign funds to pay for personal expenses and also filed false campaign records. In the whopping 47-page federal indictment, the Hunters allegedly used the congressman's campaign account like a piggy bank, including spending more than $20,000 on vacations to Italy and Hawaii, another $11,000 on household items at Costco, $600 on an airline ticket for a pet rabbit. And if that's not unusual enough, they allegedly also spent more than $300 at Target on personal items, including Punky Brewster paraphernalia. All of it on the taxpayer's dime. In that courthouse, in that courtroom just a few moments ago, we're told from one of our producers there in California that Mr. and Mrs. Hunter waived the reading of the charges. Both of them pled not guilty. Bail is being discussed right now, and the government says it is open to a low bond, saying, quote, they are living paycheck to paycheck. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell is live on Capitol Hill. Jake Sherman is a senior writer with Politico. He is, for some reason, in New Orleans. We'll get to that in just a moment. But Kelly, let me start with you on the Hill. What more can you tell us about Duncan Hunter and the response there on the Hill to what he's been charged with?
Well, this
Way to show initiative. Ganesh would be pleased.
Not yet. Waiting on Cobra 8.
Let's make this quick.
Son of a bitch! Shut your down!
Grenade out!
Oh, great. think that's a lot of them. You all right?
I'm fine. Apart from working for a reckless treasure hunter. Okay, where to next?
Good question. Let's explore.
What do you suppose this place was?
Hard to say. A fortress? Not the right layout for a temple. What's this?
Don't know. Seen a few of them around.